Requisitions are the link between work completed and payment received. In this module, we'll walk through how payment applications are structured, what documents support them, and how they move through review and approval. Understanding this process ensures cash flow stays steady and your project runs smoothly. Construction teams are usually paid monthly for work put in place and materials delivered. That includes general conditions, staff and costs, subcontractor costs, and contract allowed stored materials. We track percent complete. We verify deliveries. The contract tells us exactly how to submit and when the owner must pay. Subs send their numbers to the GC ahead of the GC submission. Most subcontracts include a pay when paid clause. That means the GC pays the sub after the GC is paid by the owner. Payment procedures vary depending on the contract type. Most projects fall under unit price, lump sum, or cost plus, and each has its own rules for how billing is documented and approved. In unit price work, you are reimbursed for measured quantities at the agreed unit rates. Quantities must be verified. Field tickets and measurement logs become your best friends. In lump sum, the monthly draw reflects the percent complete of each activity. Picture a $1 million job at 25% complete. The request is $250,000. Overhead and fee are already baked into the schedule of values. The architect will visually confirm progress. You do not need heavy backup for every activity, but you do need a believable schedule of values, or SOV for short. In cost plus, the contractor is reimbursed for actual costs. If it is GMP, there is a cap. Overhead and profit are added as a fixed fee or a percentage. Documentation is everything here: labor reports, delivery slips, equipment rental tickets, invoices. Keep them tight and traceable. A requisition is a formal request for payment. Subs requisition to the CM or GC. The CM or GC requisitions to the owner. Same idea, different audience. A complete payment application usually includes three things: the schedule of values, the continuation sheet, the application and certificate for payment. Your agreement and the general and supplementary conditions set the clock. When do you send the draft? How many days the architect has to review? When the owner must pay? Under what conditions payment can be withheld? Know the timeline and meet it every month. These contract terms usually spell out the timing for payment. They'll specify when the contractor should submit the requisition to the architect, how many days the architect has for review, when the owner is required to issue payment, and the specific conditions that allow payment to be withheld. You will also see rules for final payment, rules for retainage release, the accepted format for your submittal, requirements for an approved schedule of values, the exact person and address for submission. Miss one of these and you slow your own payment. Do not do that. The schedule of values is your project's billing roadmap. It is not a perfect cost breakdown. It is a reasonable distribution of the contract sum across definable activities so we can bill progress cleanly. Treat it like a baseline for the entire job. The GC submits an SOV to the architect. It is usually derived from the GC's estimate and broken out by major work categories: site, concrete, structure, envelope, MEP, interiors. Keep items logical and measurable. Subs submit their SOVs to the GC. Same idea. Clear activities, reasonable values. Make it easy to review and easy to track progress month to month. This spreadsheet shows a subcontractor's detailed cost estimate for the electrical work package. Each line represents a scope item, such as power feeders, light fixtures, or the fire alarm system. This column labeled scheduled value represents the dollar amount assigned to each portion of the subcontractor's work. Each line item from the estimate, like labor and material for power feeders, lighting, or fire alarm systems, has been broken out here with its corresponding scheduled value. These numbers become the foundation for billing. Each month, progress is tracked as a percentage of these scheduled values, showing how much work has been completed and how much remains. Together, they form the baseline for the continuation sheet, which records payment to date and remaining balance for every line item. The continuation sheet shows the story of each line: current amount due, previously billed, total billed to date, balance to finish. This is where math meets progress. Double-check extensions and retainage every time. This spreadsheet is the continuation sheet, the document that tracks monthly progress in payment for each line item from the schedule of values. Let's walk through what each column represents. Column B, description of work, lists each task or component, such as panel boards or light fixtures, just as they appear on the schedule of values. Column E, revised amount, shows the current approved total for that item, including any change orders. Column F, previous applications, shows how much money has already been billed for that item in earlier pay periods. Column G, this period, records the dollar value of work completed during this billing cycle. Column H, this period, stored material, captures the value of materials that have been purchased and delivered to the site, but not yet installed. Column 1, total completed and stored to date, adds up everything billed so far, previous work, current work, and stored materials. Column J calculates the percent complete based on the total billed to date compared with the revised amount. Column K, balance to finish, shows how much money remains to be billed for that activity. Finally, column L, retainage, is the amount temporarily withheld, typically 5 to 10%, to ensure completion and quality before final payment. Together, these columns give a full picture of progress, billing accuracy, and cash flow for each trade. When you review, scan for jumps in percent complete that the field cannot support. Compare to schedule, compare to recent deliveries. If the activity lagged on schedule last month, a sudden leap on paper needs explanation. The application for payment is the formal document used to request payment for work completed. The contractor prepares and submits it, and the architect reviews and certifies it before the owner issues payment. This is the top sheet, the formal request by the contractor and the certification by the architect. Numbers here must tie to the continuation sheet and the approved SOV. Any stored materials must have backup. Insurance and bonds must be current. Expect to attach subpayment requests, labor reports, delivery slips, invoices, purchase orders, schedule updates, test reports, and lien waivers. Lien waivers matter. They protect the owner and keep the chain of payment clean. Subs forecast what they will complete by the billing date. They assign value to that work, including labor and materials. Many GCs require a mid-month draft, so issues can be resolved before the formal cutoff. Meet the draft date. It makes everyone's life easier. The GC compiles sub-documents, builds the draft application, reviews with the architect, adjusts based on field verification, then submits the final package. 1. Tie every number on the top sheet to the continuation details. 2. Reconfirm retainage math line by line and in total. 3. Confirm stored materials location, title, and insurance. 4. Scan for activities over 90% complete and prepare closeout notes. 5. Validate that change orders are integrated into the SOV and not orphaned. Send a clear cover email with the submission. State the period of work, call out notable changes, flag stored materials, list attachments, invite questions, professional and short wins the day, numbers do not tie, unsupported stored materials, out-of-date insurance, unapproved SOV changes, percent complete unsupported by field progress. Avoid these and your approval cycle shrinks. Bill what you built, not what you want to build. If you are short on an activity, show it. Use the schedule to plan recovery. Owners and architects remember honest partners. Requisitions run on a repeatable rhythm. SOV defines the roadmap. The continuation sheet tells the monthly story. The application certifies it. Keep documentation clean. Align with schedule. Communicate clearly. That is how you get paid on time. Open Brightspace. In the subcontractor requisition folder, you will find the electrical work status and the electrical requisition example. Complete the electrical requisition example using the data provided. Then complete the application for payment on the tab labeled AIA. Follow the SOV and continuation logic we just covered. 1. Review the electrical work status and map activities to the SOV line items. 2. Fill the continuation sheet. Enter this period percent complete. Calculate current billing, previous billing, and balance to finish. 3. Apply retainage per the instructions. 4. Complete the AIA top sheet and confirm totals match the continuation. Upload your completed requisition to Brightspace.